Welcome to another episode of the Two-Wheeled Angler. You might be noticing that it's a little bit dark and it's a lot of bit foggy. And you might be thinking to yourself, Jacob, why are you out in the cold and the dark and the fog? My answer to you would be nursing school. Recently, I just started nursing school, as in last week. That's why I really haven't put any content out, is because I have been extremely busy. Nursing school is a full-time job. That is for absolute certain. Today is my first day of clinicals, which technically today we don't actually go to the hospital. We are going to the lab, so that should be fun. I'm going to walk you through what it's like to be a nursing student. I don't know if any of you are interested in that. If not, cool. Some of you may be wondering, why do you want to be a nurse, Jacob? Well, there's a couple of reasons. It's a great way to help people out and to, I work at the hospital currently as it's like a CNA sort of deal. And even in that position, you see people at their most vulnerable. And to be able to be there and to be like, hey, I'm here to help you. What a great feeling. And it's just a really interesting job. I'm a very big people person, so lots of people in the hospital. As well as my end goal is to, after graduating nursing school, I'd like to work critical care in the ICU with the very sick patients, and then hopefully get into anesthesia school and become a CRNA, or a certified registered nurse anesthetist. Knock people out for a living. That would be fun, but that's a very long way away, so we're going to take it a little chunk at a time. For those of you just checking in, I usually do fishing videos. How did I end up here? Well, change. It's funny, I'm not used to wearing scrubs on a motorcycle. It's been extremely frustrating trying to figure out the whole audio situation. But shout out to Shade Tree Surgeon down in Tampa. He posted a video a few months back showing his Motovlog setup, and it really helped me out and it got me to where I am today. So thanks, Shade Tree Surgeon. If you haven't seen him, I'll leave a link down in the description below. Really fun channel if you like motovlogs. It's just a really interesting guy, He's a hobo swamp wizard, as he proclaims. Has some really interesting motorcycles. Right now he's doing a long-term review of the Harley-Davidson Pan America, which is a really cool bike. I'm really excited about the new engine that Harley-Davidson has produced. A lot of people are iffy about it because, they're like, oh, it's not traditional Harley. Well, you know what? Change can be good, people. I actually really enjoy riding this time of day. And I like how cool it is. It's not blistering hot. As well as there's not as much traffic out, so you can scoot along and mind your business. When I started making videos, I'm a pretty talkative person when it comes to talking to people. When it comes to being by myself, I'm usually very quiet. I just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the moment, go fishing or whatever. And I don't usually talk to myself unless I've done something that pisses me off and I start cussing and yelling at myself. I do that sometimes. But hopefully, as the time goes along, I will get better at talking to myself. Hopefully my cheap Amazon knockoff of the Harley Daymaker is bright enough for you. If you have a motorcycle that does not have an LED headlight, highly recommend looking into it. It is a cheap upgrade, but one that is absolutely necessary, especially if you ride at night. Yeah, so my commute to school is about 35 minutes, which may not seem like a lot, but when your clinical starts at 7 in the morning, you gotta get up kind of early. that's okay. I'm used to getting up early and fishing at the butt crack of dawn. Look at the moon. Amazing. One thing I would like to do with this channel is to test ride other Harley Davidsons. I have a local dealership that's literally like 10 minutes away from my house. So what I'm going to try and do is do videos on specific bikes and test ride those. I'm not going to give a review per se, because I think you need a longer than a day to do a review, you know. You can't just ride it for a day and be like, yeah, this is why I like it. I mean, you could say your initial thoughts on it, but definitely not the same as a full-length review, in my opinion. Something very interesting about my nursing program, there are 2 teachers that I know of who are from England. Not really sure how they ended up here in East Tennessee, but I'm glad that they're here. Good to hear a different accent. This never happens when I come up to a light and it's just ready to go. I love it. Oh, crap. I didn't pack anything to eat. I need sustenance. For those of you who don't live out in the middle of nowhere, do y'all have a bunch of Dollar Generals? Because we have them all over the place. There are three Dollar Generals within 5 miles of my house. I don't know why. I mean, I don't mind it. I like the store. It's not a bad deal, but I just think it's interesting that there's that many of them, you know? My nursing school is Carson Newman University. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of that or not. From what I hear, it's a good school. A quality education, if you will. Here's my turn. One advantage of riding a motorcycle, I can park where other people can't. There's a pole here. Sweet. I'll let you know how it goes.
6 hours later.
That was really interesting. It's a pretty long class, if you think about it in the terms of a class. But in reality, it's more like the clinical application to what you learned in class. We learned all about how to move a patient around properly, which I actually work in the hospital, but they did not teach me the proper way. I'm basically gonna go into my clinicals with no preconceived notions. I know I work at the hospital and I do a lot with patients, but after today, I've been sort of humbled in the sense that I may not know the proper way to do certain things that I thought I did. I'm a very much hands-on type of person. So if you give me directions on how to do something, I might be able to figure it out. But if you show me how to do it and then allow me to try in person, I'm gonna learn a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. I am eventually going to show y'all what kind of books and how many books we use in the nursing program. It's pretty insane. In my opinion, I think it's insane, but there's so much to learn in a short amount of time, especially in an accelerated program. Accelerated does not mean that I am smarter. It means that I was dumb enough to put in for a class that is fast-paced. And I am feeling the stress, that's for sure. But luckily, things like riding my motorcycle to and from school help alleviate some of that stress. Good Lord, it is hot. And my visor will not stay up unless I'm at a complete stop. Would love some airflow going on here, but I also happen to leave school right at about 3 o'clock, so there's gonna be a lot of traffic. It's funny, you know, I stayed for like 2 extra hours to read over some chapters and whatnot. What the f are you doing? Hey, there's a lane right here. Idiot. It'll kill me, man, especially at like intersections that they deem difficult. Golly, there is a specific lane to go into so that you can merge onto this road. If you just stop in the middle, you block off people from going on. That kid looked to be about 16. They may be older, but they don't drive like they're older. There's a sweet spot in driving. I believe that age is from the late 20s until you're about 60. And, you know, that's not even necessarily true all the time. I mean, there are some older drivers who still maintain their good driving, but my goodness, when people don't know how to drive, it is very evident within several minutes. The kid's probably like, why did that guy talk to me bad? And now I'm stuck behind him. It's one thing you gotta be careful of when riding motorcycles, is to constantly be vigilant of what is going on around you. Like this. This guy doesn't know what he wants to do. I do tend to drive and ride a little bit faster than I probably should. That's okay, as long as you're not a cop and not watching this video. I have nursing or health assessment, which is the health assessment class, as well as a lab on a different day. And then I have nursing fundamentals, which is also a class and a lab. That was the lab I was in today, was nursing fundamentals. This guy behind me wants to pass me, and I'm going 70 in a 55. So I'm gonna get on over, because I don't particularly want to go that fast. After nursing fundamentals and lab, I have pharmacology and care for the elders. That is, care for the elderly, I guess. And then my class given to me by Carson Newman is just, hey, you're new to this school. Give us some goals that you have. I'll have class from certain times, but if I'm not in class, I'm reading about a class or reading about a particular activity I need to know. It's very full, which is good. Keeps me on my toes. In the clinical setting, even though we are nursing students, it's raining? How is it rain? It's super sunny outside. That's different. Did not expect any rain. I guess that CCR song is true. You can see the rain coming down a sunny day. Oh, my bike is going to be so dirty. That is the major disadvantage of chrome. When it gets wet, it's not very fun to deal with. A fellow motorcyclist. Riding in the rain. I feel like I'm in Florida right now. Oh, it feels so good. Nature's AC. If y'all liked this vlog style video, please comment down below if you would like me to do more vlog style videos. A Porsche. That's an interesting colored Porsche, I must say. Feel those 1200 cc's a flowing. Feels good. Feels real good. East Tennessee weather is so unpredictable. Like, it did not call for any sort of rain today. And over here looks bone dry like it did up at the school. But somewhere in between, the weather decided to break through and spit out some rain on me. Down in the comments section, leave a comment of what motorcycle you would like me to test ride. Oh my gosh, gas has gone down 3 whole cents. Wow. I'm gonna be rich. It's so weird. That rain felt so good and now it's so blisteringly hot. All on a span of like 5 minutes. I might even be dry by the time I get home. Between yesterday and today, I've gone 88 miles so far. And that's just going to and from school. A purple semi. Huh. You don't see those every day. I love when people have odd colored things. Railroad crossings. Never trust them. Transmissions are us. Like Toys R Us, but for adults who have bad transmissions. I misread that church sign. I thought it said, "Can you trust Jesus?" It's like, well, yeah. He seems like a pretty trustworthy guy. Home sweet pineapple. Off-road. Off-road sportster. Oh, yeah. So 94 miles in 2 days. This sounds pretty wild. It's a lot of riding.